The Crazies are on the loose, and dare I say, this movie has one of the most realistic zombie slash crazy rage people infected viruses of all time. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. It is here for The Crazies Review. It's a 2010 film based in the fictional town of Ogden Marsh, Iowa. We're in Iowa, damn it. We're in Iowa. And of course, in this movie, it's always a government experiment, isn't it? It goes wrong. There was a plane crashed in a swamp carrying bioweapons. Bioweapons, and now it's in the water supply, but guess what, guys? We're not going to find out for a little bit, but that is what's turning people crazy. We're at a baseball game. We're introduced to Sheriff David Dutton's wife, his wife Judy. She is a doctor. She lets her little companion friend on work experience go home early, and then what happens? They go to the baseball game. Big Rory stumbles onto the pitch with his shotgun, and Sheriff David Dutton has to put him down, right? And one of the scenes that pissed me off though was that Sheriff David Dutton has to take slack from this guy's family. It's like, hold on here, Big Rory, right? Big Iowa resident Rory stumbles on it to a local baseball game pitch, park, whatever you want to call it, with a shotgun, points it straight at the two sheriffs, the sheriff and his deputy, and gets killed. And what they're actually blaming Sheriff David Dutton for that? I mean, come on, folks, come on. There's another resident though, Bill. He's exhibiting bizarre behaviour, including lifeless and repetitive speech. That night, Bill locks his wife and son inside the farmhouse and burns it down. Brutal death. But the door that like he traps the mother and son, his wife and son in, I don't know. I think he could have very broke it down. But yeah, Judy, obviously though, due to her pregnancy, she's got an elevated temperature. And soon after this, the communication services are cut out, soldiers arrive and quarantine all residents at the local hospital, and she is took, due to that, she's flagged as infected. So David is separated from his wife. He returns to his office and he teams up with Russell. So they're like, right, screw this, let's go and free Judy. At the school, though, the military personnel are then overrun. We see the large group of infected break in. They manage to evacuate. Judy wakes up. But this was one of the better scenes of the movie where you seen an infected member come in with a pitchfork and just begin absolutely brutalising and absolutely butchering the helpless strapped people that are lying on the gurneys. Brutal. But then David and Russell arrive in time. I mean, it was a bit obvious, right, this was going to happen. They managed to save Judy and also her assistant at the doctor's clinic, Becca. So the four of them are making their way out of town on foot. They then run into the hillbillies at the start. They had their guns took off them, who found the pilots, but these guys aren't going crazy. They're kind of just kill happy at this stage. And then they then run into Becca's boyfriend Scotty, who gets killed in the process. His mother then gets killed. They burn the bodies. David then subdues a soldier, learns that the military has actually been ordered to shoot all civilians. They then let him go, so they manage to escape. They begin fixing the patrol car in the garage. But then, as this is all going down, damn it, absolutely crazy, Judy gets attacked, of course, in the nursery. David then walks in. Rory, his infected wife Peggy, and Kurt start battering them. Some brutal ass scenes. He uses his hand that's stabbed to slice the throat. Oh, brutal. Russell then shoots Kurt through the window and they live. But at this point, I'm thinking, surely David's infected. There's no way David's not infected at this point. But yeah, Russell comes in, he starts shooting the pair's corpses multiple times. He's infected. Then we had a scene in the car wash. Becky gets her neck absolutely snapped here as one of the infected get her with a hose, breaking her neck. So we're down to 3 members. Then walking down the road, Russell wipes out a black SUV that was speeding with like a police spike strip. It turns out that the plane that crashed, the cargo plane that crashed, contained Arab Verde prototype and a biological weapon called Trixie. It was en route to Texas to be destroyed when the plane crashed. Enraged, Russell then shoots the driver and basically threatens the Duttons. He has these two at gunpoint. They get the upper hand on him. He's like, you know what, fuck, I'm infected. I'm sorry. I'll sacrifice myself. He does this at the military roadblock. The Duttons manage to get past. And I think at this point is where the movie kind of goes downhill. It's like they then get to this truck stop and it's like things just get slow. Like they're arguing with each other. They manage to get the truck working. There's a scene where a few infected. They escape in the semi truck, and then as they drive away, the explosion goes off. It, destroys the truck. They then manage to escape. A few from like a military satellite shows these two, and then it says initiate containment protocol because of course another city is now under threat, damn it. Then a semi-breaking up broadcast of a set of reboots. Newcaster reports on the explosion over Mars, stating a perimeter has been set on civilians not being allowed into the area. Then an infected face unintentionally appears before the signal is lost. But I think once Russell sacrificed himself, this movie went downhill. Now, it only actually had a £20 million budget, but tell you what, man, you can't really complain too much. But Big Russell, damn it. Big Russell, played by, no, not Russell, David Dutton, obviously played by Timothy Olyphant. He's been in quite a lot of things. He was in Scream 2, Gone in 60 Seconds. He also looks like the guy that was in Justified. Wait, here's the guy. Here's the guy in Justified. He's in Live Free or Die Hard. He's actually Thomas Gabriel. He's actually in quite a lot of things, this guy. Age 56, so yeah, tell you what. Decent movie. I think the ending let it down, but I still thought for the most part it was still a really good movie, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Hopefully, I'm not crazy suggesting that.